Hello, beautiful ones. This is Miss Arketha with Soul to Soul Connection. And please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Please share. Today, I wanted to speak about the dark night of the soul. What's that, you may ask? Well, let me start by saying I started my Kundalini awakening started in April, the last week of April. And with that came extreme happiness. All the way through to like the mid part of June. I'm talking about you wake up every morning and you're just like so happy and you're so interested in the world and what's getting ready to happen. And the way I explained it is that you feel like there's cotton candy running through your veins, and you want to tell everyone that you love them, and you just feel the world is just like you just feel so happy, you feel so vibrant, you see things like in 3D and it's just like everything is just like vibrant. When a Kundalini awakening happens to you, you know something different has happened. You know that there's been a shift, a vibrational shift, because you feel it running through your being. You feel it in your body. With everything that you are, you feel it. It's so hard to describe because, honestly, I have, besides, having my kids and stuff like that, it was the happiest point in my life so far. Like, just a happiness that you knew that was coming from somewhere, something that you just, I don't know, it was just like unbelievable, but it was really happening. So yeah, put it like it was the best thing that's ever happened to me, because now I see things in a totally different light. So now I say all that to say, again, it started like the last week. And mind you, before that, I'm already meditating. I'm already, trying to get as centered as possible, clearing chakras and all of this stuff. And then the Kundalini awakening happened, and I'm like mind blown, just everything. So at some point, you have to come to a balance point. I'm a Libra, so I'm all about balance anyway. But my son was like, Mom, people gonna think you're crazy. Like, you always, it's okay to walk around with that, like, unicorn happy shit going on. But he was like, people gonna, like, really stop talking to you, like, really, because it's just, like, out there, He's like, I totally understand, because I meditate. I taught my children to meditate. All of them don't. But one of my sons, Justin, he does. He meditates with me, and he does totally understand, and I can have discussions with him about meditation, so he could see that something was it wasn't off, it was just that I needed to be balanced. So, at that point, I started doing my meditations for balance. I was like trying to balance myself and understand where I was at. Now, that all led me to like a type of melancholy, because I don't know why. I was like, I felt, I went from this extreme high, and then it just started going like, okay. And then you start fearing, oh Lord, it's going away. And then that makes you even kind of sadder to say, but it's not even like I was sad. See, because I know depression. I've been depressed a lot in my life, and I would say that I did, and I did suffer. I'm gonna say did, because I know that I don't suffer from that anymore. So I went on YouTube to try to get some information. Like, that's my first old faithful. I went to YouTube. I was like, it's got to be some other people going through this same thing. You know, I can't be the only one feeling this way. Like, and you know, I started going out to the community, you know, my, you know, spiritual community. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, has anybody ever felt this way, the same way that I'm feeling now? And they were like, well, yeah, that's normal. It's called the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul. I'm like, okay, what else is there to learn about this awakening process that is just like, dark night of the soul. I said, okay. I was like, I thought I was over this depression, like, over it, but it's not. That's not what it was. Comes to find out, this is something that usually happens after a Kundalini awakening or any type of awakening. Because what you have to do at that point is get in tap with your soul unlike you've ever been. And the only way you can do that is to peel away all of those layers that made you sad in the past, all those layers that made you make bad decisions in the past, all of those layers that made you not listen to your gut, listen to the universe, listen to the source, when the source is trying to shake you up, wake you up, throw all these detours in your way to let you know you're going the wrong way and you still not listening, that type of thing. Okay, so I felt sad and I felt like I was about to be depressed again, but then I said, well, it doesn't feel the same. It just really does not feel the same. It felt like I was purging things instead of being sad about things. It was like the things that drugged me down before was coming into me with a bright light, and it was like putting a spotlight on it. So to say that, look, this thing right here, we're going to put a big spotlight on this thing, the reason why you did this and the reason why you felt this way about whatever the situation was, and I'm going to put a super big spotlight on it so you will never do this again. Or even more than that, you'll see it when it's coming to you. So you'll know how to say, stop. No, I'm not going to allow that into my life ever again. I'm not going to allow that to drag me down again. I'm on an upward climb. I'm not going back down. What it seemed to me was like, and it made me sad because it brings out all these, and matter of fact, what it did was bring out things I had not thought about in so long, like things that I guess I had pushed down so far. I'm talking about going all the way back to childhood, that things that bothered me, things that hurt me, things that I carried with me as an adult that really did hurt my development as an adult, and turned me into a victim instead of a victor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do this because this happened to me, so the reason why I can't be this person that I've always wanted to be is because of this happening to me. Oh no. What the dark night of the soul does is strip all of that away. It makes you become one with yourself. It makes you really know who you are. And that's why I'm kind of convinced that a lot of these times before my awakening, when I was depressed, maybe it was the universe trying to shake me up. It was the universe trying to wake me up. Then, and I just didn't know. I didn't realize it. Why now? I guess because I had been doing the work, though. Up until this point, I was really determined to change things inside of me, not on the outside so much as the inside of me. Because you torture yourself so much. You say things to yourself. You're meaner to yourself than you are to other people. Well, anyway, that's how I was. I needed grounding. And that's what the dark night of the soul is for me when it comes to me. And I know that this is not going to be the only time that it will come to me. This is what I do know, because I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly growing, I'm constantly going forward. And as long as we're going forward, we're not perfect. Things are still going to happen to us, and we're still going to do the wrong things sometimes, even with all that we know. Even with all that we know, we're still going to do the wrong things sometimes. And your soul is going to come back to you and be like, look, we cannot go backwards. We cannot go backwards. So let's analyze this. Because if it happened any other kind of way, it wouldn't stick to us. I don't think stick to you as much, and you would just discard it like just any other feeling. Discard it. It's just a feeling, and then I'm gonna discard it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it brings you into a newer vibration. Because when you go into the Kundalini awakening anyway, to me that's what's happening. You're going into a vibration that you've never been in before. So that's why you feel like, oh my God. Honestly, the first thought that came into my head was, is this what heaven feels like? I was so happy. It just was like, oh my God. Undescribable. Undescribable. I want to tell everybody that I love them. But I wanted to let everybody know how special they were to the source in the universe. How everyone is here. And everyone has a purpose. So I think that's why a lot of people suffer from depression from the get-go. Because they know they're here to do something. Be somebody. And they can't just grasp it. They can't grasp it. They can't grasp it. They know it's more to this world. They know it's more to us, and they can't grasp it. So that depresses them. And that makes them want to do things like commit suicide, because when they were born to know that it's so much in this world that did not leave them. That did not leave them when they were born. It stuck with them. Because when we're born, a lot of things leave us. And we forget a lot of things. What we're even here to do. The person, the human being that we're meant to be. And so, I think that's why a lot of people, commit suicide, do things like that, because they get depressed. And so on top of that depression, they're given all of these medications that really do not help them. It just makes it worse. Now, and again, I'm not a doctor, so some people, I guess these medicines do help some people. But from my experience and from like talking to other people that has been through depressions and things of that nature, the medicine only made it worse. It did not make it better. And they did not know where to turn after that. If you don't know about meditation, and if you don't know about the universe, and if you don't know about the source, and you don't know about the love that can flow through you, the information that can flow to you, if you don't know how to access these things, I guess you would commit suicide if you're that desperate and you feel like there's nothing else, And I think what the dark night of the soul does is that it strips all of that away. It strips you to your purest form. And what it does is shows you that not only you're special, that everybody that you come in contact is special. With every animal that you pet, with every animal you come in contact with. They're special too. With every flower that you see, with every bug or insect that you see, that every tree that you touch, every tree that you see, every cloud that you look at, everything in this vast world is special and important. Because if it wasn't special and important, it wouldn't be here. You know, all of your thoughts and feelings and or vibrations, it's energy. And so that was my dark night of the soul. That was my dark night. I mean, it really was deep. And that's just one that I'm sure that of many that I will have. But it just means that you have a big purpose on this planet. It means don't forget. Just because you've had this wonderful awakening experience, do not forget, you know, that you still need to become your higher self. That you are merging into your higher self. And as you are merging into your higher self, you have to strip away all of these things that dragged you down before. And if you don't do that, then I guess you're just going to be the same old person that you were before. But I don't understand how that could happen, because if you are truly in tune with yourself, tuned in with your soul, tuned in with your source, and tuned into the universe and the energies of the universe and the energies that they provide for you, there's no way that you could turn around and go back. Sometimes you still want to give up. You still want to say, I've gone through all of this. Why am I still having these feelings? Because you still have work to do. Because you still have work to do. Because you still have work to do.